Welcome everybody. Super excited to have you all with us today. Another big group within our monthly webinars, and this is going to be another, I think, really pertinent one for everybody here. I know Sean's had a lot of people reach out to him. We've had a lot of folks over at NASM reach out to us. We've got content on both sides going out in regards to this really important topic for everybody given these uncertain times. So. With that said, I'm going to hand it over to Sean to take you through the business case for online training, and we'll be dropping some knowledge for you today to help you get started and take your business to the next level in this new and interesting space.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Ian. And so we're excited to get into this topic. This is something that, was really on the kind of a small part of the fitness industry for the last several years, but growing certainly. And now it's exploded because of two things. Gyms are closed, number one, and really people are stuck at home, and this is the only way they can engage a coach, number two. So we're going to talk about the business case for online training, really go step by step through what it is, how to decide if it's right for you. It's a brand new paradigm for a lot of coaches and a lot of new trainers to think about, well, I understand what it is to work with someone face-to-face and program and teach them movement, but what does this mean in this camera thing? Do I have to be a social media superstar? I don't know. I don't want to do that. And we'll kind of unpack all those things, how to decide if it's right for you, how to do it, and really how to get started, because I believe there's tremendous opportunity right now for everybody to get started. We're going to talk about what that means, and there will be for months to come, given the climate. So let's unpack that and get right into it. By the way, I want to also invite you to check out the NP community on Facebook. If you're not a member already, you just go to Facebook, search NP community. You'll see a picture of me at one of our events right there. We've just updated some of the stuff recently. We're going to be answering a lot of questions in there. There's a lot of things we don't get to in the webinar, and we're starting to share some weekly content in there as well, little bite-sized chunks of some things that are really helpful to you in advancing your career. So check us out. NP community, just when you click join, I'll ask a couple questions, say you're on the webinar with me today, and our team will get you accepted into the group. Okay, so here's why we're here today. So there's really a big problem in the fitness industry and a reason why a lot of fitness professionals struggle. At NP, we know that you want to be a successful fitness professional with a career that ultimately just gives you great income and allows you to help more people transform their lives. That's why we all started in the fitness industry. But in order to do that, you need paying clients. And the problem is that gyms are closed right now, and a lot of them will be closed for the weeks and months ahead. And you don't know what to do to find and sign up new clients. And this, if you're looking to start a career in the industry, this makes you feel unafraid and really uncertain about your ability to have a sustainable career, because without paying clients, we don't have a career as a fitness professional. We need clients to make this thing work. And we believe at NP that business education is the key to your success. If you want to earn a professional income in the fitness industry, then business education is just as important as fitness education. And this is something that both NASM and NP are very dedicated to. We spent a lot of time working on this, and we've had a lot of work going on behind the scenes to have really even more resources to support you coming out in the weeks and months ahead. And we understand that maybe when you first started down this career path in the fitness industry, those weren't your expectations. But that's the reality of the situation. If you really want to ensure your success, you've got to take learning business seriously, just like you take learning fitness seriously. Now at NP, we have a long track record of success. Since 2006, we've helped over 45,000 fitness professionals and studio owners in 96 countries grow their business, take home more money, and live their dream lifestyle. We've been listed 8 times on the Inc. 500 and 5,000 list of fastest growing companies. And we're a global team with offices in Los Angeles, London, and Sydney. I'm actually down in Australia here for a few months and working with our team down here and working remotely because I can. And it allows me the flexibility to do that thanks to the internet today. And here's how we do what we do with business education, really helping fitness professionals and studio owners grow. We believe there are 4 keys to your success. And they're number 1, you've got to learn proven systems and tools. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to figure this out from scratch. There are proven examples of how you need to learn and apply business information to advance your career and to find and sign up clients. That's number 1. Number 2, we believe metrics are important. Just like in fitness, you've got to track your weights, your sets, your reps, your program. You got to, weigh in. You got to do measurement of the things you want to improve. In business, it's the same thing. You've got to track and measure metrics. So you got to hold yourself accountable to the numbers of your business, just like you would in a fitness program. And then number 3, you need coaching. Just like in fitness to succeed, it's difficult, it's overwhelming, it's confusing, and everybody does better with a coach. The same thing applies in business. Having someone help guide you through this process, explain what to do, how to do it, helping you get it done, answer questions is critical to accelerating your success. And lastly, winning community. I encourage you to surround yourself with others that are already ahead of where you are right now and will support you on this journey. This is a really hard thing when you're trying to do something all alone. Just like your fitness clients, when they're trying to begin a fitness program and everybody around them is not working out and ordering pizza and eating McDonald's every day and watching Netflix, they've got to surround themselves with some people on a different journey, and they're going to help lift them up. And the same thing comes when it comes to your career, when it comes to your business. You want to surround yourself with people that are going to help you on your journey. Absolutely encourage you to learn more about NPE, learn more about what we do. We're offering complimentary Get Clear strategy sessions right now, which is really a 60-minute call to get your individual questions answered. We won't have time to get to everything on this call today, but you can register to learn more about what we do, get your questions answered on your career at npcoachescorner.com. So check that out, npcoachescorner.com. Okay, so that being said, we're going to jump right into really the nuts and bolts of what we're here to talk about today with online training. And first and foremost, we're going to explain really what is the online training business opportunity. So what does it really look like to work in online training, and what's the money you can make, and how does it function? Why does it function? How does it differ from in person? We're going to pack that first and foremost. Second, we're going to talk about who online training is for and how it works. And there are some different models and kind of client journeys based on the type of clients you want to work with. And we'll explain that in a little more detail. And number 3, we're going to break down really how you can make money finding and signing up clients with online training, and really how much you can make. And we'll go from there. So first and foremost, the online training business opportunity. Again, this is a brand new category that a lot of people just are struggling to get their heads around. People that have spent years in the traditional fitness business model of, I get a client face to face, I assess them, I write a program, I hold their hand through doing the movements and teaching the movements in the gym, and that's it. And now, without being face to face in the gym, they're like lost. They don't know, what does this look like? How does this work? And to be fair, the public is a little unsure of this as well. They don't know, is this the same thing as like watching videos on YouTube? Is this like the free workouts I see on Instagram? What is online training? So it's a brand new emerging category. And there's a lot of unknowns, and we're going to help break that down for you right now. So let's talk about first why this opportunity is here. And this is something that has been around for a while. It's been a growing segment of our industry for the last few years. Certainly with the growth of technology and software companies, now there's multiple software companies out there that actually provide tools for online training. So you can program for clients, you can have chat back and forth, you can they can record little videos of their movements and workouts and upload them and send them to you over a direct messenger function. So there's lots of specific companies and software programs just to support this industry now, let alone from email and messenger and all kind of stuff. We've hacked it together for years. There's software companies solving that issue. Number 2, we've had this big shift where gyms are shut down. And never in the history of the world, and really our industry, which in many cases personal training began in really the 1980s. And so that's about 40 years into personal training industry now. And there's never been a time in 4 years where every gym and studio has been 100% shut down across the entire world. So this is a landmark time now for industry, which has created a lot of challenges and problems. But inside every challenge is a massive opportunity. But it's really a question of those, how quickly do you see it, and how quickly can you get on board with it, that determines if you're able to make this a success or you just fall by the wayside. So that's the business side. And on the consumer side, this is also a massive change, because previously consumers, if you say, well, do you want to work with a coach online or go to the gym? Everybody just say, I'll just go to the gym. What do someone's right there. It's easier. I can connect. And I don't really understand how technology, video, what's that do? But now everybody is stuck inside their home, and the only way they can engage working with a coach and getting support with the health and fitness is through some type of online relationship. It's the only way they can connect. And now that people are connecting, engaging, they're finding tremendous success from that engagement. And they're seeing actually how it can work. And now we have the internet, we have video phones and tablets and cameras and Zoom platforms like this, to where it's pretty amazing how you can connect and engage with people. That's not exactly like being face-to-face. It's a slightly different platform, but what you can do is incredible to engage the relationship and to actually get support to get the work done. So these big shifts have created the opportunity in business and in the market today with the consumers that we all serve. And that's where success comes from, is really where's the market at, not where we're at, because we're there to serve the market. The market's not there to serve us. So those shifts have created a big opportunity. And this is a big wake-up call for personal trainers. Previously, your business model relied 100% on seeing clients face-to-face. Well, you're at tremendous risk when that can't happen, right? If the gym closes, if clients move out of town, if you move out of town or want to move out of town, anytime you can't physically be present with a client, you lose 100% of your income. Well, that's a very risky business model at the end of the day. And we just didn't think about bulletproofing, our models for a time like this. It just wasn't a paradigm that most considered. However, if you're willing to embrace the opportunity, challenges breed innovation. And this is where the best companies, the best entrepreneurs, the most successful people in every industry come out of hard times. It's hard times that make you stronger, allow you to grow. Just like strength training, the more weight you put on the bar, the more you break down, tissue, the more it can grow back stronger and, better and bigger than before. The same thing when it comes to businesses. The more businesses are challenged and have to grow through challenges, the stronger they become to really do anything, and they become the leaders of tomorrow. And by offering really remote coaching services, you get to remove tremendous barriers and limitations on the traditional fitness business and personal training business model forever. This is just incredible what is possible. And the reality is that it opens up so much opportunity because remote coaching can be done anywhere. So if you want to move out of state, if you want to move out of country, if you want to live by the beach or wherever you want to be, you can. If clients, moved out of town or got transferred for work and they weren't close by, you had to say, thanks for working with me, but, wish you all the best. Now, someone moves, you can retain that client. You can continue to service that client in an online coaching relationship, which is tremendous. Half the battle is just replacing lost clients that move out of town or, move far away or whatever the case may be in fitness. And now if you think about, you don't lose those clients anymore, well, that's a huge part of our business that just kind of chugs along. Also referrals. Sometimes you get, we get clients who want to refer people to us that they think would be a great fit. They know someone who could use our help, but they just don't live close by. They're on the other side of town. Their schedule doesn't line up with work. Maybe you don't have a slot open in the times that you have available because you're maxed out during specific times of the day working with clients. And now you can still sign people up. They don't have to be, in your gym at this time and commute through traffic and such to get there. It's a much more efficient way for the client to engage you in a relationship and to get support in working with you. And it's better for you because you don't have to just max out your prime times and then be empty. Also, keeping people on track. If clients are traveling for work or on a family holiday, previously we used to say, here's a little bodyweight workout, do this and see when you get back and kind of just, hope you kind of maintain things along. Now you don't have to coach a client that way. You can actually still work with them just like, you are, in a regular session wherever they are through an online relationship and structure that's created. You can keep them on track with their goals and keep them healthy. So they don't just go off the rails for 2 weeks because they're traveling for work. You can actually schedule their sessions around their work schedule, their travel, their time zone, and you can keep things moving. Again, popular session times are full, no more. Now you've increased capacity and you made it easier to fit more people in, depending on the client journey that you offer, which I'll explain a little bit more about here in a second. And this works because ultimately clients don't really care about sessions. They don't really care about being face-to-face with you, as entertaining and charismatic as you may be, which is awesome. And we may like working with our clients. That's awesome. But at the end of the day, what people want is to solve a problem or achieve a goal. That's why they're there. That's why our industry exists. It's not just to be friends and hang out. It's to actually lead people to a fitness outcome. And the tools and methods that you use to get them there are almost irrelevant. So I encourage you to kind of give up this paradigm of I have to be with a person face to face to actually lead them to an outcome, but because the reality is you don't. And I recognize that's a big shift for a lot of people. And I share that concept, I share that idea, and people are like, yeah, but I just don't get it. Well, let's explore that a little further. And I want you to understand the components of really what you do and how you serve a client. There are several components that you offer as a coach to lead clients to success, right? We assess someone. So what's their baseline and different assessments? Maybe if it's they want to lose body, they want to lose weight and fat, we're assessing their weight on the scale. We're doing some measurements. We're doing a body composition assessment, and we're used to doing that in person. Well, now there are tools to actually do that remotely. Technology offers you to do that very remotely, even with simple app that can do these things. It's amazing what technology is available, just even on your phone. Program design, where we're actually writing a program for a client based on where their starting point is, with any health issues or concerns they have, based on their goals. And this can vary, right? If we have more advanced clients, we're writing a more comprehensive program. If we have beginner clients, we're keeping the program really simple and really basic, making sure it's safe, it's effective, they're not going to get hurt. And that's really important. Especially because people that are off doing workouts that have no direction aren't really following a program that's tailored for them. It's a cookie cutter program. It doesn't take their needs into account. Teaching technique, teaching movement. Normally when we're face-to-face, we're watching movement, we're cueing movement. Well, actually with a good camera on a little stand or a tablet on a stand, we can angle this and we can still do the same thing. We can watch with our eyes and we can cue with our mouth, which is we can't touch someone, but we can watch and we can cue. And those are the main things that we use to actually teach technique. Also even having people record short videos, playing that back, watch, and showing them exactly some things on the movement, or even showing them a demo video and pointing things out in a demo video, which you can play from your screen, just like this. All those are elements we can use to teach technique. Accountability and support, important now more than ever. I don't care who you are, when you're stuck in isolation at home, it's easy to just eat more food and increase your calorie intake. Maybe you felt a little bit like that. I know a lot of people have shared that in the past several weeks. It's easier to order takeout and just kind of, be off the rails with our typical diet habits. We're not moving as much because we're not outside. We're not kind of in our typical daily patterns of movement and exercise. And it's easy to just, get kind of distracted, watch a show on TV, do something else other than actually, manage our environment for health, for fitness, for work, so on and so forth. So accountability support is really important. And it's important for beginners in having the confidence to get a session done and get their work done. It's also important for athletes and for advanced exercisers. Athletes, people think athletes, they work out all the time. It's easy for them. Athletes, if you're an athlete, sometimes just as hard for you to get motivated, if not more, challenging to get motivated because you've been doing fitness for so long. That's why you need a team. That's why you need a coach who's going to challenge you to become the best you can be and actually get the work done. Nutrition recovery, again, critical right now because people are slipping with their nutrition habits. And community, we all benefit from being part of something in a tribe, a team, a group that helps us give a sense of purpose, identity, connection, especially related to our health and fitness values and our patterns and behaviors when it comes to this area. So this is how we lead clients to success. And these components don't change whether they're in person, face-to-face, or they're delivered remotely or online. They're the same components, the same value proposition points of how we serve a client. And so this is why it works. And this is why it's incredibly powerful and frankly, even more powerful now and more needed now more than ever. People need your help because they're getting stuck in all these areas because they don't have you. They don't have a coach who can support them in growing through these areas. It's not a question of like watching a YouTube video or Googling a workout on squats. If that's all people needed, everybody would be fit, right? That's not the case. That's why personal trainers exist in the first place. People need coaches, and they need coaches now more than ever for all these reasons. So I encourage you to check your mindset around this new paradigm. I recognize it's a new paradigm. It's taking time for everybody to kind of really wrap their head around it. But stop thinking that if you can't see clients face to face, you can't help them be successful, because that's not the case. You absolutely can. And frankly, they need you to be successful now more than ever. They're not going to be successful on their own. There's more things standing in their way of progressing with what they need to do. And don't think that you can't charge for coaching someone online because there's free workouts on YouTube and Instagram. There's been free workouts in magazines and Muscle and Fitness and Women's Health and the internet forever. Yet people have still been hiring and continue to hire. And there's been this boom in personal training since 1980 for 40 years, right? People need a coach. People want a coach, and they will pay for a coach because this stuff is hard to figure out all by yourself when you've got a lot of busy other things you do in your life and your clients do in their life. Kids with work would have all those factors. So I would encourage you to embrace a growth mindset. People need a coach to lead them to achieve their health and fitness goals. That's you, and that's the opportunity for you to step up and serve the market. And that's where it all lies, is in the opportunity to serve the market. And coaching works because you provide everything needed for a client to succeed. If just Googling, how to do a workout in a magazine or in a YouTube video got people results, there would be no personal trainers, period. But there's this massive global industry of personal training because people need everything that you help them with. They need you to challenge, they need you to support them with getting the work done required to succeed. And that's where you provide the biggest benefit to your clients, and that has not changed. And frankly, the need for that is greater now than it ever has been. So embrace that. And these are just a few examples. These are some of our clients that have moved from offline training to online training the last several weeks. This is one of our clients from Ottawa who transitioned her whole gym from offline to online. She's now actually had her best month ever in March, and she's on track with her next best month ever. Revenue is actually up 31% in this month over previous month. So 45 new members she signed up. And she works with predominantly women and moms who are busy at home with kids, especially now kids home from school. Again, a lot of challenges with getting fitness done. They need more support now than ever, working with a coach and working with a community. This is another one of our clients, Wayne Dunn. He's in West Hollywood, California. Has a private, semi-private personal training facility, has been filling up remote sessions ever since. They've now got back to 90% capacity from pre-COVID in serving clients in a remote online training relationship. And they've added some new value components for people with a remote yoga class, a group class on Saturdays. They've actually done something really cool where they've done during the week for the community. They've done a 80s dance night, dance party, and they come in. They have one of their coaches is also a professional dancer and has been doing themed 80s dance party. And they've been doing just for some fun cardio and just kind of connect everybody. A huge value add. People are loving it, and they're just telling all their friends about it and getting referrals like crazy. This is one of our clients in DC who actually initially didn't know how to launch online, was doing all just obviously in-person training in a studio, then terminated all her billing. We had a conversation. She realized, well, no, actually people really need me and this is important to keep going. So relaunched, raised her rates, and she's been incredible signing up clients. She's now back up to about 88% of pre-COVID business and on a steady rise every week with signing clients up. So the opportunity is here. And I encourage you just to think about some growth questions. Number one, what is your current mindset around how you deliver value to clients? Thinking about that, think about how you can increase the value to people, how you can still serve them online with some of the components that we talked about, and really just consider how taking your business online supports protecting and growing your career, your business for what you want to do in the future. Again, this is a brand new paradigm. This is the really early days of the market adopting this. And people are right now having a conversation of, what's going to happen when gyms reopen? Am I going to keep going online or keep not going online? And for some people, they're just going to go right back to brick and mortar, to face-to-face. But there's a huge part of the market, the clients are serving that aren't comfortable in the big gym environment. They don't want to be in a big box gym. They actually prefer the comfort of doing this from their home. It's more efficient for them with their busy schedule, and they value having that relationship and that accountability to keep them on track. And it also feels like even a little more intimate relationship through the support you offer, because generally speaking, online, you're having more check-ins with a client during their week. And it's different from someone just coming in for a workout. So all these things really provide tremendous value to the market and have a tremendous opportunity for you with your business. Okay, next up, let's talk about who online training is for and how it works. So again, too many coaches think they can't deliver value online to training clients, and that's just not the case. As I've shared with you a lot of examples of the things that you do to provide value, there's tremendous value to offer to people, and frankly, they need those components now more than ever because of where they're at, because of the challenges they're facing. Again, I mean, you think about people are at home. I mean, look, Ian's at home with kids. His internet's not working, right? He's trying to work from home. There's a lot of challenges we all have through getting through the day right now and getting through, getting to where we want to be with our goals. And that's where having support is helpful to all of us. So if you have head trash around, think, oh, I can't compete with free on Instagram or YouTube. Let that go. That's not even relevant to the conversation here. That is not coaching. Watching videos online, Googling a workout, templated cookie cutter workout that's for someone else, not personalized for you and your goals, is not coaching. Coaching is all that you do to assess someone, to program for them, to teach technique, to hold them accountable, to get it done, to teach nutrition, and so on. So the value is there. And the way we deliver value, and the way we even deliver more value, and how some clients are actually growing, some businesses are growing their business with more clients through this time, is because they're really getting connected to what the needs are of their client. They're spending time calling their clients, connecting with them. What are the challenges with their fitness? What are the challenges in their life? What are the challenges and obstacles to them moving forward with their goals? And they're tuning into those needs, and they're coming up with innovative and creative solutions. So for example, I share with you that some of the personal training gym in West Hollywood, how they're now adding a yoga class on Saturdays. They're adding cardio class in a fun way with 80s dance night during the week. And just some different ways that are out of the box ideas. And you might think, gosh, why would I ever do this? And that feels weird. But people are stuck at home. They're looking for something fun to engage. They're looking for new ways to keep moving. When you're just stuck in your box at home, it's like jail, right? You need to move your body. And we can't just go outside and go for a run, right? So we need to be innovative in how we keep people moving, how we keep people engaged, and how we keep people having fun with the things they need to do to be successful. So what is the version of that for the types of clients that you want to work with? How can you focus on better serving them and coming up with innovative ways to keep them on the right track? And then think about removing barriers. Number one of our clients, they work with seniors, and they help really seniors with fitness. And when a lot of this occurred and everyone went on lockdown, online training just didn't seem possible for that group because grandma has an iPhone 2 or flip phone, with no camera, and doesn't really understand technology. And how are we going to do possibly online training? And so what they did was actually went on Amazon, ordered $39 Prime tablets, Fire tablets, sent tablets to all their clients along with little stands. So for less than the price of one personal training session, they sent their clients a remote training kit that's really a tablet and a stand. And now they're able to stay connected to the client. They actually helped them install Zoom on the tablet, taught them how to click and join a link. And now not only are they able to join their sessions and they're raving about it, but they just got free tech support in the Genius Bar to now get online. And now grandma's able to call the grandkids, they're able to call family, and really, we just improved her whole quality of life because we took the time to care and meet a critical need and help remove a barrier to her engaging the world and engaging her fitness program and trainer. So very, very helpful to do that. I encourage you to think about what are the ways that you could be innovative in helping remove a barrier like technology for your clients, or to add value in new creative solutions like 80s dance night or online yoga class, things that help people just keep moving and having fun during this time. So here's a couple examples, and there are a couple different types of online customer journeys and ways we serve clients. Example number one is a beginning personal training client. So someone who is not very confident in exercise, doesn't have a lot of experience in weight training, and wouldn't just walk into a gym and sign up and start doing a program. They wouldn't know what to do, and they wouldn't have the confidence to go do it on their own. So what does online training look like for this client? It looks not too dissimilar from in-person training. We're doing a virtual assessment. There's really simple, as a great app you can get called from a company called Posture Co, which actually have the founder going live we have an interview with him in our Facebook group next week. And really what it is the client can download an app on their phone. They can have their spouse or partner take a couple pictures of them and a video of them moving, and then they hit a button, it uploads it to the cloud, and then you get to download it on your side of the app. And it actually does a scan for a reasonable body comprehension assessment. It does a squat assessment, and you can actually draw lines with their posture and their mobility. And it does a movement scan, which dynamically like puts points on their body. It's like looks like a video game. It puts points on their body and tracks their movement. And it gives a full report of all these things to assess movement, posture, body composition, and things that are critical to you as a fitness professional and assessing your client. So we can actually do this. The technology is incredible. And these are like cheap apps to do incredible assessment of your clients. Then we design a program. So we take stock. What is the equipment they have available in their home? What's the space they have available in their home? What does that look like? And check it out. From there, we're going to design what is the right program. And the reality is you can design a program with very little equipment. There's a reason why guys get jacked in prison with like a towel for pulling movements and doing push-ups off the side of the bed. You don't need a lot of equipment. Certainly if you have more equipment, there's more we can design in a program. But keeping it simple, keeping it safe is really what's most important for the client. It doesn't need to be very comprehensive. And then this is the type of client that actually needs and wants that in-person support to do a session. So you would actually get on a Zoom link like this with your client. They'd be on their computer, phone, or tablet. You can see them, they can see you. They can position this to where you can see their movement, and you're actually showing them the workout today. You're taking them through the workout. You're watching their movement. You're cueing their movement verbally through the workout. And just like very similar to like how you do an in-person session, you're holding them accountable. You're having some fun. You're having some banter, to actually help them get a session done, just like you do in person. It's almost the same thing to actually execute and get it done. So why does this work? Why does this work in this environment? Because people lack confidence in what to do, and they're not sure what to do. And that hasn't changed just because we're all stuck at home. It's the same problem. We just now need to engage them differently to help them through the challenge. So they feel uncomfortable in a big box gym, and they don't want to just go where they feel like they're being, looked at and feeling insecure about their body, their lack of experience. Nobody wants to be the guy that, goes over to the bench and like has like the 5-pound weights on, right? It feels like brings this guy back to high school when he was the weakest guy and he's still the weakest guy, right? That's not comfortable. And for women, they don't want to go in and feel like, they're being looked at and they're insecure about, maybe they've gained a little weight and they're on this cardio equipment with people that are just, shredded, and here they are just trying to walk on the treadmill out of breath, right? All those things make the online experience very attractive for beginners because they can get support, they can feel in a safe environment, and they can actually make progress to where then they might have more confidence to go train in a gym someday. So very, very helpful journey for this type of client. Another example for a client journey. This is more advanced clients who have a history of exercise, maybe a history in sports or athletics. They actually have some experience with movement and good technique. And what does the journey look like for them? Well, similar. We do assessments for them. We do program design. Generally, program design is going to be a little more comprehensive for this type of client because they want a more involved program. They can handle a more involved program. Technique coaching is going to be critical. Generally speaking, they don't need your hand to hold their hand to do every workout, but they would record like a few minutes on their phone of the last set of every exercise, and you can watch a video and you review it, and you can coach technique up. Hey, on this, like think about, on the deadlift, I want you to pull the bar in closer to your legs, and I want you to lift your chest up a little bit further next time and feel your hips coming back, or just whatever cueing movements you can give them. But it doesn't have to be done real time. It can be done via, feedback and then through a chat function. And really just providing accountability support. So even, people think, oh, athletes got it all figured out. Athletes need to be challenged and held accountable as much, if not more so, than beginners. So it's why athletes have coaches. It's why athletes are on teams, because no one does their best on their own. So being there to check in on them, throughout the week, have a weekly review, send them the program for the next week. Usually program is done a week at a time and kind of adjusted as needed throughout the week. If there's an issue or something comes up, then that's really what that journey looks like. And this works because advanced clients want comprehensive, individualized programming. They want someone to challenge them and support them becoming the best version of themselves they can be. And they know with a coach, they're going to do that. There's a lot of talented people that don't go anywhere in life because they never had a coach who challenged them and helped them become the best they can be. And you hear this with great coaches all the time. It's why great athletes talk about, great coaches in every sport, really. Basketball with Phil Jackson, football with, I don't know, Belichick and others. Think about great dynasties. Well, it's the coach that really helped get the athletes to perform at their best and work together. And same thing that you do as a coach with your clients, whether they're beginners or whether they're advanced as well. So based on the type of clients you want to work with, and there's a tremendous market for other clients in between those two extremes, you're going to find the type of client you want to serve. You're going to start to document the journey and the operational plan of how to deliver sessions. By the way, I will give some direction on the apps here in a second. I see people asking questions. So just hang tight. I will give you direction on that as well. Hang tight, and we'll come back to that in a minute. So again, based on the type of journey, you can deliver different experiences for the client. As far as demonstration goes, this isn't like group exercise like, Jane Fonda. You got to get up and like do it with them and be dancing around while you're talking to clients. That's kind of not appropriate for personal training. If we need to do demos, what a lot of people do is they're focused just like this. They're either standing or sitting in front of a microphone so they can talk, the client can hear them, they can see clearly, and they can give verbal cues. And then when they want to do a demo, they just share a screen, play like a 1-minute video clip that demonstrates a movement, either one you grab online or one you record your own demos if you want to feature yourself as a demonstrator. And you demonstrate the movement. You can point out specific things that you want to cue the client on, and then bam, they go do it. So they get the visual learning and seeing the demo, and then actually get the kinesthetic learning. They get to actually go do it. You're cueing them to feel certain things. You're cueing them to move certain parts of the body in alignment to actually do correct technique, right? So it's very similar to what we do in person of how we teach and coach movement. And just to be clear, when you're in a remote environment, verbal cueing is really important. You want to communicate almost more in a virtual session than you would face-to-face. So face-to-face, you be talking, but maybe then be quiet a bit. In a virtual session, you're going to be maybe cueing a little bit more conversation to engage because they don't have the other inputs around them. So again, these are just examples. These are what people are doing really all over the world right now. Our clients in the US and Canada and UK, Europe, Australia, Asia, and they're doing this in private training environments and semi-private training environments and group classes. And don't think you have to have like a perfect studio. And you can do this really out of your spare bedroom. You can do this in your living room. People are doing this in their basement. It's really not about having a like made for Hollywood studio. People don't care about that. What they care about is how you're supporting them. That's what matters. How are you showing up to support them? And really your energy, your leadership, your tone, your energy is what's going to provide the best experience for the client, just like face-to-face. That's what matters most. This is also another example of one of our clients in Texas who previously trained a couple, husband and wife, and now they've been working with the husband and wife who've been inviting in their adult children who are out of state. And they're joining the session. They've now gone from a private training session to a semi-private training session and getting paid more per hour because they're able to serve people that are not even in the same state. They're getting referrals from friends and family and so on. This is one of our clients down here in Australia. She's in Newcastle, who's been signing up now clients from Tasmania and from the US. We have clients from California, signing clients from London. So this breaks down so many barriers that previously when you had a in-person model, you can only sign up people that could get to you 3 days a week within a 7-mile radius. So very, very powerful what's available to you. So again, this works for every type of model you can imagine. It works wherever you are. So some growth questions to consider. What are the most important value components supporting your ideal client in solving their problems and achieving their goals? So think about the type of client you want to work with and what do they need? What do you need to put in the journey that's going to help them be successful, right? And it's going to be a little different based on the who you work with. The who determines everything, whether it's beginners, intermediate, advanced, what their challenges are, what their needs are. You're going to design the journey and you're going to adjust the journey to best serve that person. You're going to get better at that all the time. A lot of people had never delivered online sessions or training or work to clients a month ago, and now they've just been forced to get in and figure it out and ask for feedback, and they've been proved it every single day to where now some clients are like, this is the best thing ever. I'm never going back to the gym again because I don't have to commute, a half hour into the gym and then banter and then drive home. And, I don't have an extra hour in my day just to drive in the car. Now I can just get up, get my workout done, then, have breakfast, shower, go to work. And I don't have to, truck in my whole wardrobe into the bathroom and hang it up and then use a bathroom on my own. All this kind of stuff we had to deal with, the traditional personal training model that now is eliminated with online coaching and training. So thinking about where you can add value to the clients, thinking about what barriers might be in their way with technology or other things that you can do to help remove those barriers. Maybe it is even including when someone signs up a $39 tablet as a nice bonus. And for less than the price of one session, they've now got, a perfect remote training kit with a stand and, to connect and engage with you to do their workouts and connect with their coach. So little things we can do that go a long way to engage and support a relationship. Okay. Last section here is how can you make money with online training? Really, how do you sign up clients with online training? So let's talk about this. Yeah, I see Ian talking about apps, the NASM Edge app. I know the NASM Edge app is been evolving quite a bit, and apologies, I'm not as familiar with that as Ian will be, but it's got demos and other things in there you can use, which is, I know they're working on a lot of stuff to continue to support you. So you've got all those resources available. So check that out. And NASM YouTube page has a ton of demos, so you can reference those demos. So you've got a huge library you can access and reference for delivering online training. So, all right, so let's talk about finding new customers. And in some cases, this is just a new world. And you got to think, the way you thought about this like a week ago, a few weeks ago or a couple months ago is now different. So the strategies, the messaging, the offers we use to kind of market our services are different now. There's still pathways available to us, but they're not the same. And we've got to engage a little differently. So if you want to grow, we talked about business education is just as important as your fitness education. Well, that especially applies to this area of actually sales and marketing to actually find and sign people up. So you've got to grow in your skill set and competency in how to find and sign people up. It's absolutely essential, and it's going to give you the confidence to sustain your career, not just be dependent on hoping you can get a job somewhere and hoping that gym doesn't close down and hoping there isn't another issue that is out of your control. So you can actually take control of your own destiny when you invest in yourself and acquiring the knowledge and skill sets that allow you to find a client anytime and serve them and deliver value and get paid. And that's really the skill set that's going to ensure your success no matter what happens. Because there's always going to be people who want to achieve a health and fitness goal or solve a problem, and they'll always pay for support and coaching guidance to achieve that goal. Here's what I want you to understand, a big concept. A lot of people, when they think about sales and marketing, they think about promotion. And to me, promotion is like the guy who, like Homer Simpson, right, who's out there on the street with ringing a bell and has a sandwich for sale. And being a promoter is not very effective in most cases. And it frankly is a little bit demeaning, especially if you're a coach. If you're out there just begging people to work with you and just please come work with me, please come work with me. It's a really weak positioning for you to have any authority and actually ability to lead people and coach people to success. And I encourage you to not be a promoter, but actually learn how to become a strategist, learn how to become strategic in really creating a battle plan and understanding all the components that you can deliver on to find and sign up as many clients as you want in the weeks and months and years ahead as you grow in your skill sets and capabilities. And that's what you want to think about. This is like a war, and you need a battle plan. You need to be a strategist. Strategy is what wins the day, not just promotion. So here are the 4 steps that we teach, and we encourage you to grow in your skills and abilities to be successful in finding new clients. And number 1, it's getting clear on the who. Who is the best client you want to serve? Who are the people you love working with? And what makes them, the client you want to serve, and what do we know about them? All those are critical things. It's really your target. Your target is the first and foremost thing you got to understand. Number 2 is you got to get clear on your sales strategy, offer, and message. And that really is what you say to someone and the offer you make with them to engage you and take a step forward in working with you. And it's very important how you engage that conversation, right? It's like, you see someone you want to go on a date with. Well, how do you connect with them? How do you talk with them? What do you say? How do you, ask for their digits to call them, right? It's that kind of component of how do you engage, and you have to have a plan, and you have to have some skills of how to communicate, right? That's this communication 101. Number 3, you got to have a sales system. You got to have a process how to, when appropriate, to take them step by step through, make a commitment to their goals. And ultimately, that is what success is. Good leadership, good coaching, good salesmanship is all the same thing. It's leading someone to make a commitment to the journey to go from where they are to where they want to be. And how do we inspire and lead that conversation is a skill of directing them through questions and through communication to commit to what they need to do. Really, it's all about them. It's not about you. And then number 4, we want to have some simple lead generation strategies to find and connect and get in front of the right people. All right, so let's break these down. So number 1, the who. The who is everything when it comes to business. You've got to get really clear on your who. And what I mean by the who is really defining the profile of the client you want to work with. So what is their age? What is their gender? What else we know about them? Are they stay-at-home moms? Are they working moms? Are they executives? Are they business owners? Are they seniors? What is the character that we really want to connect and engage with? Geographics, where they live or work. And I'll talk about this in the online environment. Obviously, they can live somewhere else. They don't have to be right next to you. But we just still want to have some sense of that concept. And then number 3, the psychographics, which are the most important, which is really the psychology and the emotional reasons why someone buys. So what are their goals? What are their challenges? How do they feel about them? We want to understand those components so we can have an effective conversation with them in our communication strategy. So number 1 is the demographics. Know the who. How old are they? Are they men or women? What else do we know about them? And this is important because at different demographics, they face different challenges, right? So a mom right now who's at home with kids who are out of school is just feeling overwhelmed all throughout the day. As when the kids are awake, like it's all bets off, right? She's just really trying to manage keeping the train on the rails. So that's going to be a different conversation to her about those challenges and how to overcome those challenges and be creative with how to overcome those challenges. We've had people who, with moms, they speak to the husband or the partner and they agree, okay, these mornings you're going to feed the kids and I'm going to do my workout. And then on the alternate mornings, you're going to feed the kids breakfast and I'm going to do my workout. And they kind of tag team to create a plan for the family so that everybody can work on themselves while serving the group. Right? And that's just one example, but we want to understand those nuances so that we're able to speak to them. We're able to speak to how to overcome those challenges for our client. Geographics, where they live or work. So for offline services delivery, the typical model for brick and mortar, and look, there's no reason to say you can't also serve people brick and mortar when gyms are open again. But why not also have both? You can have both. You don't have to just limit yourself to one or the other. So thinking about, in a offline relationship, people are in a short radius from where you live or work. But online, you're not limited to that, but you're not going to be targeting every country, continent, multiple languages to get started. We're going to focus on really connecting with prospective clients that are connected to your sphere of influence. So people that are you can be referred to or connected with, or who find out about you because they know someone who's already working with you. So like they refer a family member, they refer a friend that's out of state. Those examples we're seeing happen right now are really powerful and really make it easy, frankly, for customer acquisition right now. And more doors are open right now than ever been because of the current climate. Then psychographics really is understanding what are their desires, what are their goals, what are their challenges, how do they feel about them, and really knowing what success looks like to them. When this is all done, what does success look like to that client? What does failure look like if they don't overcome their challenges? The more that you can understand this, the more you can support them with this, the more you can have the conversation that's relevant to them. And that's what we need to do. We need to engage the conversation that's relevant to them. So also you're going to define a character, right? It's kind of like writing a screenplay for a movie. You're defining the character that you're going to cast in the movie called your business, right? So who is that character? What defines them? And what are the challenges and goals that they have? The more we understand that, the more we can connect and engage with them. Number 2, we want to get clear on your sales strategy, offer, and message. So this is a new climate. The things that we did 2 months ago need to change. And where the market is at is in most cases people are where they have a problem, right? I'm not moving, I'm eating more calories, I'm gaining weight right now, and I'm getting weaker, right? And there's a solution where I need to move and work out. And I'm not doing that. I'm watching TV and I'm ordering Uber Eats, and I need to stop doing that. And I need to, move better and eat less. But they don't understand the product. They think, well, but the gym's closed, so I can't do that. So I'm stuck. They don't understand what this product is, this new product category called online training. And that's where they need some education and some explanation and some experience to understand the value that you provide. And you need that as well. You know, it's a paradigm for our industry to shift as well. Previously, you know, most fitness specialists didn't know what to do when this thing hit. Now we're kind of connecting, well, maybe there is a way, and what does that look like, and how can I do this? So the market needs to be educated, and ultimately need to experience it to understand and believe. It's kind of like when personal training just started, you know, back in the 1980s, people didn't know what personal training was. And people say, I'm working with a personal trainer. What's a personal trainer, right? It's this new category. Now everybody knows what a personal trainer is. But if you say I'm working with an online trainer, is that like YouTube? What do people don't know what it is, but they will, because it's growing. You're going to educate them and they're going to experience it. So here's really the steps to signing up new clients online. Number one, you need to first explain what it is. And this is great with some content marketing, some articles, some blogs, some education, stuff you might share over social, but really just explaining what it is and how it works. And then when you can, explain really how it's going to lead to someone to success. And you want to share stories and examples of people like them getting results. So essentially, this is very basic bare bones of content marketing and social proof. If you can share some education and you can share some examples, people start to put the dots together. Okay, it's this, and here's people doing it who look like me and they're getting results, so let me check this out, right? That's the first stages of awareness and education. Number two, once you've done awareness and education, you need to make them an offer. And you want to make them, right now, the best offer is a risk-free offer to experience it. So with a free trial or free session, let them come in, let them get a sample and deliver wow. And that's really your job, is to come in, let them experience what an online session is, make it amazing for them, and get them really enthusiastic, excited about the possibility of following this path with you, how that's going to lead them to success, right? Now they believe it's possible for them and they get it. Awesome. And number three, once you've done those things, now you've earned the right to sell your program. And this is really your job now to lead them to a commitment to doing the work to be where they want to be. And we'll talk about that in a second. But if people are still timid and scared to commit, sometimes people, they can, depending on where they're at, what state, what's going on in their world and their kind of worldview, they might think, well, I don't want to commit to like a year right now. This is like, I don't know what's going to happen in 6 months. So in some cases, you might shorten the term. Like you might offer them, okay, we'll go 2 months and then we'll see where we're at. And we can, renew your program or package. But you really do want to sell a program, which is tied to a length of time. Don't just sell sessions. Sessions are really arbitrary. You want to sell a length of time to achieve the goal, right? Based on the needs of the client. So focus on a package for a length of time. That's really the best way to frame this. People don't want sessions. They don't really understand sessions. They understand get me to my goal. So just big thing I want to share here though is don't discount price. Don't think you have to go cheaper. You have to drop your prices because there's trouble in the world today. The reality is you don't. You just have to sell outcomes, not time, not location. The value of your outcome hasn't changed. Now the market might have shifted. Maybe you're not going to serve the low end of the market. You're going to serve more the middle road of the market now, and that's okay. But people still have money to invest in health and fitness. People still are investing in their health and fitness. Our industry is not going away. It's here. And frankly, people are more frustrated because they're not where they want to be in health and fitness than they were before. So they're doubling down. And it's why a lot of businesses that have this figured out right now are growing through this cycle. And that's what we want for you. We want you to take advantage of this opportunity and grow through the cycle. So this is what this looks like. This is an example of articles around what personal training is, virtually, how it works. This is what a lot of our clients are doing content education and offering free intro sessions. This is another example of social content, really explaining what having a coach means versus watching videos online, right? So working with a coach is community, training technique, custom program design. It's not more isolation. It's not watching the trainer exercise, and it's not one size fits all, right? This starts to really highlight and educate the benefits of working with a coach, you, versus watching YouTube and Instagram workouts, right? Not going to help the client. You are going to help the client. Here's how, here's why. Answering frequently asked questions, things like objections you might have. People say, life is crazy, I don't have the time, or I'm not good with technology, or I don't have enough space, or I can't afford it. I just can't do it on my own. It's not as social as going to the studio. These are all questions, and if you expand, you can see these are all being answered and overcome. And that's really what we're doing. We're just educating people around why their limiting beliefs around why they can't move forward right now or don't make sense, and they're just thinking about this incorrectly. So this is education and positioning, explaining, you know, what it is, how it works, why they should choose you. So positioning you as someone who's passionate about the market, who wants to serve them, and so on. This is an example of social proof. So doing a brief interview with your clients and sharing, this is a 3-minute video of clients, you know, hey, explain the value you got from working with us virtually and why you'd recommend this to other people just like you. We have clients that are doing these interviews like this with all their clients at home right now. They're sharing these videos on their websites, on their social, and making that offer to come try a free virtual session. Again, this social proof is really powerful because people start to see themselves in these characters. They see, well, this guy's doing it, his wife's doing it. Honey, maybe we could do this too. It's maybe better than us watching, you know, more Netflix tonight and drinking a bottle of wine. Maybe we should be doing a workout. Maybe we'd feel better tomorrow, right? So this is really helpful to have social proof everywhere we can. And then we want to set up a landing page, so set up a simple funnel. This is something we've helped all of our clients do. We can explain to you how to do the copy. We have actually templates ready to go. We're offering people either free classes, free sessions, or positioning the value of free session, limited time, how to get it now. Some of our clients even doing groups are now offering a free week trial, free 7-day trial. This is one of our clients in Perth that does an S&C gym and offering 1-week trials now for remote coaching. Number 3 is really sales. And sales is where the rubber meets the road. It's where a lot of people fail because they're not effective at leading conversations. They're scared to ask for money. We don't know how, like, it's kind of like, you know, you went on a great date and the date was awesome. Everybody had a great time and you're walking up to the door to say goodnight and you don't know how to go for the kiss. This is like not knowing how to go for the kiss goodnight when you don't know how to sell. And you have to have some confidence and experience and training so you can overcome your issues and you can actually, you know, help the relationship move forward, right? So you need to learn how to sell, and leading sales is really just how to lead effective conversation and commitment to goals. So this is a process we teach. I've been teaching it since 2006. It hasn't changed. We've just helped personalize some of the tools and scripts for online versus offline. But it's the same process of making sure we pre-qualify people, which really just make sure they can A, afford you, and B, make a buying decision. Both of those are critical to make a sale. Number 1, rapport. So help people know, like, and trust you. Help people to relax, to begin a conversation. Discovery, having the right questions to ask that helps you understand the client's needs and really helps them understand their needs, which is what we do in step 3, is just really help them summarize. We call this holding up the mirror. Summarize what they told you. What I heard you say was this, 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 and this. Is that right? And this is really important because people don't understand what their needs are. They know they have a problem, but they don't know what their needs are. And that, as a coach, you can help them understand what they've told you are their needs. And then you can just transition that to help explain the problem. What is the root cause of these problems of not having knowledge, not having support, not having working with a coach, trying to watch, you know, do YouTube workouts that are templated for someone else, not for you. All these things are where people get off the track. We want to help them understand the root cause of the problem, and then we're going to present your solution. We recommend presenting the solution as a visual presentation. We have a little deck template we share, just kind of like this one, where you personalize to your logo, your name, some images, and the clients you work with, and really just explaining the process of how we take someone from where they are to where they want to be. This is really critical in your presentation process. It's also part of what we teach in the NASM Business Accelerator course. We go right through this sales system in NASM Business Accelerator. So check it out if you don't have that course already. And then closing, we like to teach what's called alternate choice close. It's really just offering someone the opportunity to move forward with their goals. So we'd say, you know, based on what you told me in your goals, I'd recommend either option number 1 or option number 2. Which one's best for you? And somebody is going to say 1 or 2, or they're going to voice an objection. And if they voice an objection, we go into the bonus round called objection handling. And there's a 5-step process we teach for handling objections. But generally speaking, 80% of your sales will be closed from having a good pre-qualification process and a good problem building process. When you're able to communicate effectively those 2 steps, you close basically all your sales. Because it's really clear for people to understand what their issues are, how you work, the value solution, and able to say yes. So this is critical. The most important piece you need to learn, whether you're just starting online or starting offline, you have to learn how to sell if you want to launch your career. So I recommend, without a doubt, if you nothing else take away from this conversation today, then invest in learning your business education when it comes to having effective leadership and sales conversations. This is the most important thing you got to learn. Okay, next is lead generation. So once we've done that, then we have a plan for actually lead generation. Lead generation is very simple. This is where people really overcomplicate it. They make it very difficult. By the way, they spend all this time trying to figure out like advanced tactics for Facebook pixels and targeting and ads and all this stuff that's really confusing, when you really just learn how to sell and then some basic techniques to get in front of the right people, which is pretty easy. So it just comes down to understand. I like to explain lead generation is like fishing. You want to know the fish you want to catch, the who you want to serve. You want to have the right bait or offer. In this case, for online, we talked about the free trial or free session. Then you want to have the right strategy. One of the easiest strategies is just some simple referrals and networking right now for your sphere of influence. And you want to have some content that you're going to share to educate the market, like we talked about what it is and how it works. And then really the right pond where you're going to go fishing, right? And this is important because I can have the great fishing rod, I can have the great bait, I can stick that thing in my bathtub. I'm never going to catch a fish because there's no fish in my bathtub. Want to catch a tuna, I get in a boat, I go out in the ocean, and then I put the bait in front of the tuna, right? The tuna bites the bait, I reel in a fish. Same thing when it comes to fishing for clients. You got to have these things in place, then you got to work. It's really easy to find clients because luckily there's basically the whole world right now is gaining weight and getting weaker because they're stuck at home isolated and they don't feel good about that. The longer this goes on, the more uncomfortable they're getting. And so people know they need to take action and they know this is difficult to do on their own. So they know they need help. And this is where you can show up and be that beacon of help and support and guidance that your clients need and the world needs right now. I believe coaches have the ability to change the world and change lives one at a time. And so this is the opportunity you have to do so. So you do this and great things happen. This is one of our clients in San Jose, California, Austin, who's just been crushing his online training program right now. This is one of our, actually an NASM trainer that we met at Optima, started working with us, Sylvia. She started working with us in October. She's been doing fantastic, has grown through this, now having her best months ever, which is fantastic. So one of our clients that does Pilates in Singapore, who's doing fantastic, semi-private training with Pilates. So whatever your model, whatever type of clients you want to work with, wherever you live in the world, the systems and tools and methods I'm sharing with you are going to work for you growing your business. And you've got to grow your business education if you want a sustainable career. So some questions for you. Think about, are you just promoting, or are you actually learning to get a strategy in place? And you need to become a strategist. Don't just try to be the guy with a bell, selling sandwiches. Number two, the who. Understand the who is everything. That's all of business. So understanding the problems you love helping someone solve, what success looks like to them, understand your offer, your message, and then really how you're going to lead someone to say yes, to commit to the journey, to become the person they want to become. That coaching conversation, that sales conversation is the most important conversation you're ever going to lead someone through. Then number five, get a plan of how you're going to find and get in front of the right prospective clients. And this is where we come down to your lead generation strategy and plan. We've put those things together, the 4 steps, and you're off to the races with signing up clients, and you deliver great value to those clients, record some success stories and testimonials, and use that back in to go get more clients. And we keep going. And that's how you build a business. Just one of the early stages to start building a business online. There's more to come, obviously, as we progress. So, and summarize this whole thing, there has never been a better time to commit to growing your business online than now. There's a tremendous opportunity right now in the market. And the longer this COVID goes on, the longer people are at home stuck and they need help and they're looking for answers and solutions to problems. And you have the opportunity to step up and to serve in a powerful way right now. Service is what it makes the world go round. So commit to serving people, getting out of your own insecurities and fear and discomfort and just going to serve other people who need your help. If you're going to step up and serve other people, there's unlimited opportunity for you. And I truly believe in the Zig Ziglar quote, if you can get anything you want by helping enough other people get what they want. And that's true now more than ever in health and fitness. Number two, learn what online training is and how it works for you. So, thinking about the client you want to serve, what is the right journey of how you can serve them, the things that you would offer that's going to be really specific to get them to where they want to be, right? And that journey is going to look a little different depending on the types of clients you work with. But you want to map out the journey. You want to get a plan in place to serve that client. And then number 3, you make money by committing to strategy, not promotion. You know, you can just say, I'm a trainer, sign up. Not going to get you very far. You want to become a strategist, and that's where you get into study and understand and get a battle plan in place with all the components you need to be successful in growing your business and learning how to inspire people, learning how to understand them, learning how to find and engage them. All those are parts of customer acquisition and learning how to build and run these parts of the machine, these skills required to build a business. So I'm going to open up for some Q&A in a second here, but I want to hopefully encourage you, if you're listening to this and you're wondering is it possible for you to be successful in your career? Can you do this? Does this work for you? I hope you've been inspired by some of the stories and examples that we're seeing now, really over the past 6 weeks or so. We've helped 4,000 fitness professionals and studio owners go online, launch online, build their client base online. And this is possible for you as well, whether you're brand new, just starting out, you've been around a little while. I hope you're encouraged to go pursue this and to invest in your business education because you need business education just as much as you need fitness education if you want to make money and have a sustainable career. So I'm going to open up for questions. I know I won't get to all the questions here today. And that's why I want to encourage you guys and offer you we call it Get Clear Strategy session. And I'm going to put the link in the chat here. This is at npcoachescorner.com. You can click on that link and you can schedule to receive a Get Clear Strategy session. This is an individual 60-minute call to get your questions answered, no charge. The only request I have is we do have a team that is very, very busy. We've just actually increased our hiring right now to support all the growth happening right now, and all the people that want help with their business in the fitness industry, which is a busy time around the world. So our times are precious. And if you're serious about finding out about how to grow your business, you want to get your individual questions answered, then schedule time and show up. Please don't take a slot and then ghost us and then take that opportunity away from someone else who needs the help and who's serious about getting help. So I encourage you to check this out at npcoachescorner.com and learn more about really the opportunity for you and where you can go and hopefully get you some direction. And if we can help you or not, great, no worries. We're here for you and love to support you if and when you're ready at some point down the road. So I'll leave this up on the screen and then I'll open up for some Q&A to get to your questions, but I won't get to everybody. You can check us out at npcoachescorner.com and encourage you to do that. I look forward to talking with you soon. Okay, so let me pull up the Q&A and we will get to the questions that have come across. Thanks, Ian, I know Ian's been handling some of these in the chat, so thanks, Ian, for all that support. All right, question here. You might get to this, but how does online training compare with and compete with the new smart fitness systems such as Tonal, et cetera? I'm not familiar with Tonal, so maybe you can explain that a little more to me and I will answer that question a little more detailed. But I mean, online training, hopefully I've given an example of that in the journey. This is live coaching. And really, this is coaching. Sometimes it's live, sometimes it's remote, and sometimes it's just sending a program, and sometimes it's getting on video and actually cueing movement through an exercise or through a workout. So this looks like different things to different segments of the market of how we ultimately, the job of coach is to lead someone to solve their problem, achieve their goal. So whatever they need and whatever components we got to bring into the equation to help get them from here to there, that's our job as coaches. So that's what it looks like, and we customize that journey given the who you want to serve and what their needs are. All right, so Brett Cohen says, Sean, I've been in touch with all my current and former clients, email, text, phone calls, newsletters. Only 50% are interested in online training live. So people already know, like, trust, and pay me, don't want to do it. How am I going to get people who don't know, like, and trust me to do it? So Brett, we need to unpack this a little further. You would definitely benefit from an individual conversation. We can get into a few more questions and understanding. I'll do my best to kind of cover this right now, but the barrier for a lot of cases is in the statement right there. People don't want online training. No, they don't. And they don't want in-person training either. And they don't want sessions, and they don't want you. What they want is to solve a problem or achieve a goal. That's what they want. And generally speaking, they're wanting to solve a problem, achieve a goal hasn't stopped. They still want to lose weight. They still want to look better naked. They still want to get out of pain. They still want to feel stronger. All those things are still present. Their desires are still there. What is in the way is, A, they don't understand what online training is, and they know they don't want online training. So if you're saying, do you want online training? Like, no, I don't. But if you explain, what it is, how it works, show examples of success, and you ask them, do you still want to lose weight? They're going to say yes. Well, why aren't you taking action to lose weight? Because they don't understand what the product or solution is or how it works. And they're also feeling very challenged right now because there's new obstacles in their way, right? So it's like, do you want to get to the side of this wall? Yes, I do. Okay, why aren't you moving? Well, because the wall's really high. And frankly, the wall's even higher now because now I got kids home from school and I'm working from home and I'm more stressed out and it's easy to just order Uber Eats. And so the barriers are going up for people to be successful. It's more things in the way of them getting to where they want to be. And so our job as a coach to help them understand new ways they can get over the wall and help lower the wall to make it easier to get over the wall. That's what we do as coaches. So you're engaging the conversation the wrong way, really. And you're not effectively leading the conversation, which tells me that you need training on sales. You have a sales problem, not a marketing problem. So you have people who are interested in solving a problem, achieving a goal, but you don't know how to yet lead the conversation powerfully for them to understand and to commit to the journey. There's probably some other things we got to solve for too. We got to figure out the journey. We got to figure out what they need, what type of client you work with and what does the program look like and how do we communicate that and educate them and how do we invite them to come try it out. All those things I talked about today are relevant, but bottom line is you got to grow in your skill sets and capabilities. So that's the problem. You don't yet have the skills you need to be an effective communicator and to inspire them to commit. And we have to help you grow in that area. So that's the job to be done. Okay, other questions. For someone brand new to the industry and minimal experience working with clients in the gym, what would the first steps be? Yeah, I mean, the first steps are getting clear on the vision and the plan. And that's something we can definitely talk about one-on-one, if you like, at the NP Coaches Corner. But to really understand, what's your passion? What are the types of clients that you are inspired to work with? What are the problems you love solving? Do you love working on fat loss? Do you love working on bodybuilding? Do you love working on getting seniors out of pain? What are the types of clients you want to work with? What are the problems you like to solve? That's kind of the first step, is kind of knowing where you want to go explore. It doesn't mean, I might start here working with moms and I'm a year, 6 months in and I decide, nope, I want to work with seniors, or nope, I want to work with busy professionals, or whatever it might be. But you want to start to think about the who you want to work with and the what problem you want to solve. That's kind of the first step. And generally speaking, you're going to say you probably don't want to work with bodybuilders, grandmas, kids, seniors, all at the same time. So thinking about the who you're inspired to work with and that you love working with, and thinking about the problem you love solving. Like I just geek out over studying this stuff and help people solve these problems. Those are the places we want to kind of start to begin, is knowing the who and the what you like to do. And then once we start there, we start to get a vision of where you're going to go, because all success in business starts with the who. All right. So we got to start with the who, not with you. We got to understand the who, understand, who you like and what you want to work on. But then we got to start to understand that who and how to connect and engage that who. And then we understand kind of our packaging, our pricing, our model, and how to sell it, how to engage with them, and all kind of things come next, but starts with the who. So I encourage you to think about the who, and definitely reach out. We can unpack this a little further, give you some direction. I'd love to help you with that. Okay. Tiffany says, how do you manage taxes if working with clients internationally? I'm American who lives in New Zealand and have more context in the US. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a great question for accountants. So if you're American, I'm American. I'm living in Australia right now. I'm still declared a US resident at this point. But if you've declared a New Zealand resident, then it's the same tax status, right? You've got to pay US taxes, and you probably have to pay New Zealand taxes if you're declared a New Zealand resident. So you pay both. As far as taxing clients, most cases for online services, you don't tax the client. I'm New Zealand, I'm not sure. I mean, Australia, GST tax, you don't charge GST if someone lives outside Australia. So not sure New Zealand's, if you have to charge tax on services for someone that you serve outside New Zealand, like even the UK, you charge VAT, but if they live outside UK, they don't have to pay VAT and they have a VAT exempt number. So generally that's going to be the case, but I encourage you to check with your accountant if you have specific questions on that. All right. You might get to this. Sorry, the other question here. Answered that one. How much about the charge? How much you charge them? Yeah, so charging them, I encourage you to, so it's first going to be based on kind of the who, understanding what the needs are. And if it's more like I'm going to do every session with you, that's very similar to how you price and package a traditional in-person training service. If it's more the example of I'm going to program for you and send you a workout once a week, and I'm just going to check in, text, and email, and once a month we'll kind of do a call, or biweekly we're going to do a call. We're going to do more of a consultation like this, and that's a different type of service and different amount of our time. We're going to price and package it differently. So we actually have pricing and packaging calculators. We have one for kind of typical journey we're doing every session together. We have one for more of the consulting type of relationship, and essentially, without being able to take you through all the stuff, and this is definitely something I encourage you to schedule a call. We can get a little more depth on, because again, it starts with the who is the customer and what the need is of the customer to help them get to the goal. That's start there, and then it's okay, great. This is what they need. Then how do I price it and how do I package it? How do I price and package it? Kind of depends on the amount of time you're going to invest in the relationship and the work, right? Because we got to value your time is the most important asset. You can't be giving away your time for free, because your time has value, and that's how you get paid to keep doing this business. So it's a bit of a process we go through to figure this out. Again, it's not a one size fits all. It depends on the who, what you're going to offer, how often they're going to work together, you're going to work together, and what those deliverables look like, and the time you're going to invest in the programming or support and so on. And then we figure out a rate, and then we have a calculator. We kind of pull all that together in a package. And I recommend selling packages. Is very important. Don't sell sessions. Because again, no one wants a session. Sessions are very arbitrary. I can't understand. Do you want 1 session, 10 sessions, 100 sessions? I don't want any sessions. I just want to achieve this goal. So your job is to really explain, this is part of the sales process. To achieve this goal, it's going to take about this length of time. And this is my recommendation of the package of how we're going to work together to get there. Right. So your job is to connect the dots. And that's what's most powerful in selling, and not just selling, but in leading and a client to commit to the journey, right? If they're only committing to like sessions, they're not really committing to an outcome in the journey. And that's where that's where we can be a better coach, is not just sell a session, but lead them to commit to the journey and the length of time and what's required to fulfill the journey to get to where they want to be, right? So that's how we get there. I'm sorry, I can't just answer that quickly for you. It depends. The answer is it depends. That's how we get to that. I'm happy to unpack that a little further with you. Again, we are going to have limited slots, and these do get filled up every time we get on one of these calls, but you can go grab one before they're gone at npcoachescorner.com. And if they're all taken, then my apologies. No, our team is super busy right now, and just check back in tomorrow. Sometimes we get cancellations and the slot opens up. Okay, let me keep going here. Is there data on the demographics of clients participating in the model? Chris, there's really every type of client participating in this model, because everybody's stuck at home and everybody's losing their mind, and everybody needs and wants to do better. And they appreciate the value of a coach in helping them solve that problem. So, I mean, we see it with every type of demographic. We see it every type of service in every country. It's really, it's a tremendous opportunity. So I hope that all makes sense, and hopefully I'm educating you on how you're going to, but it is a new category. And so, it does require some education to really help, the normal person who just kind of thinks, just go to the gym, and I can't go to the gym, so I can't do anything about that right now. You're going to have to educate people, and you're going to need to offer them a trial to come experience it, all those things to really get moving. That's how we do it. Okay. So there you go. Yeah. PostureCo is the app for remote assessment. NASM Edge app does also a ton of things in there with demos and programming, I believe, as well. It has credits available, so check that out. Nancy says, I previously carried liability insurance. Is there particular liability insurance specific to online training? You would talk with your current insurance company about this. And actually, there's simple forms and waivers you would have someone sign as well. Those are kind of templates and tools we offer that give some direction there to protect your liability. Again, that depends on your state and some of those things as well. But yes, you can talk to your insurance provider, and yes, you should have agreement that, just like you would have in person, you have agreement, a waiver that addresses those components. So Sarah asks, how do you determine the percentages of impact of these aspects of leading clients to success? Yeah, great questions. That's on the value of coaching graph, the pie chart. The answer is that varies depending on the who, right? So beginners, some areas are going to be more relevant, like the accountability support is going to be tremendous. The program is going to be very simple. So it's going to be a smaller percentage because your program is basic programming, but we're going to provide a lot of accountability and support to get it done. Where advanced exercisers, program is going to be more advanced. It's going to be a bigger percentage of the pie. And technique is going to be really important, and maybe less about some of the other areas. So again, just understanding the who is kind of how that morphs a little bit. But those are the components for everybody. That's what we do, and that's how we do it. So hopefully that makes sense. Mike Ferraro, can someone remind me how to get into NPE? You mentioned seeing there was a webinar for a consult. Yeah, so to find out more about NPE, just go to npecoachescorner.com. So npecoachescorner.com. So right what you see on your slide here, if you type in that URL, and I popped in the chat, I'll put it in there one more time, and you can schedule a call to get we'll call it Get Clear Strategy Session, and we will be happy to answer questions. Understand a little more about you and your goals, explain how business education works, some of our programs, and if we have a good fit, we'd be happy to give you information on that, and hopefully we might work together. So check that out. Okay. Keith asked, what video library do you recommend that can be used to demonstrate movements? So I believe there's a ton of movements on the NASM YouTube channel. I believe Ian also said an NASM Edge app, so those are available. And there's some more resources coming out for you there as well. So that's an easy part. There's a ton of available resources for you for demos. Okay. Juan says, great info. I'm finding these times challenging, but also promising. There are new options and opportunities for fitness coaches. Remote training is a new and practical extra service we provide to our clients. Always value the contribution you bring to your clients. They certainly do. Awesome. Yeah, Juan, that's really the key is, it's a big challenge, and we can sit around and we can cry about it, and maybe that's good for a day or two, and then we got to get to work. And the thing about getting to work is not just this is important for you to pay your bills and keep going with your career, but even more than that, there's people that really need your help. Like they're stuck at home and they need help to get moving and to get on track with their goals. And they're overwhelmed with how to get there. They don't know how to get there, and they don't have the support. And that's where you can step up and you can serve in a powerful way. And there's, because of the opportunity to serve, because of that need in the market, why coaches matter now more than ever, why there's an opportunity for you to really grow through this. And really redefine really the types of clients you want to work with and that you love working with most. And we can get really specific about building a great business around a great customer base you love working with. So that's a tremendous opportunity for you. Melissa asked, you advise shortening session time, half hour versus an hour as having a hard time concentrating. It just depends. I think in most cases, people are shortening the session time. There's less, like we used to do an hour session, not, but it'd be like get in the gym, banter, kind of get sorted, We waste a lot of time. And now those sessions that were an hour cutting to like 45 minutes or 40 minutes. If they used to be a half hour, they're cutting them to like 20 minutes. And really, we don't need a lot of time. We just need the right dose and an effective dose response, right? So in most cases, you can get more efficient. The concentration, that's really about you keeping engaging and, keep the client having fun and, making it fun, to go do this and keeping them focused. It's just the same thing you do in person. You're just going to do remote, but we have to step up with the way you communicate. The way we coach virtually has to be better than in person. So we have to become better coaches right now in how we lead, engage, and communicate with the client. And those that are willing to step up and grow in their skill set right now, again, the opportunity is there. We just have to get better, and we have to lean into this opportunity to get better, not just be mad because things weren't the way they were. Sorry, they aren't the way they are, and get to work. And the opportunity is there if you want to go to work. So. Okay, hopefully that's all really helpful. I think, how can I get a job with NPE? Yeah, well, we're hiring, so check us out, npfitness.com. We just hired a brand new coach for our team just 2 weeks ago, and excited to have them on the team, and we'll be hiring again soon. So, okay, Brett says they're all golfers who can't play golf. Okay, yeah, I mean, fun stuff you can do with golfers. You can do a virtual, virtual golf stuff right now, and all kinds of things you could do with those clients. So definitely it's a great opportunity. Again, happy to chat through that with you, Brett, if you want to check us out, npcoachescorner.com. So, all right. I think I'm not going to get to all these questions. I appreciate all the questions we're getting. I don't think I'm going to be able to answer all of these in particular. We're going to have to get running. I know we're at 95 minutes here. So I hope I've inspired you guys to really just think about the opportunity, because there is a massive opportunity right now, and not just for the success of your career, but because the market needs your help. And if you want to go be successful and you want to help more people, then really I want you to understand that business education is just as important as your fitness education. And NPE and NASM are here to support you. We care about you. We're excited to help you grow in these new skills and abilities and tools that you need to launch your career, to build a client base online or offline in the weeks and months ahead. And I absolutely encourage you to check us out if you want to learn more and have a conversation. You can book an individual call at npcoachescorner.com. And we'll also have this webinar replay available to you. We usually put this on replay in the next 24 hours. So watch for a link to go watch the replay for those who asked about that. Look, this is exciting. It's a challenging time. We got to go to work, but it's also really fun time. It's an exciting time. And you can make a big difference in your career, a big difference in helping more people out there when you step up and learn and grow. So I hope to inspire you to do that. It was great talking with you guys. Fun as always. We look forward to sharing more on this topic in the weeks and months ahead. Wish you all very well. Have a great day and take care. Bye-bye.